Today is Sunday, July 2nd, 2023. You are currently in my 5th grade classroom, possibly my last traditional classroom ever.
Wow, tell us why.
I am transitioning out of the classroom. I am moving into a Digital Teacher Librarian position, otherwise known as DTL, otherwise known as a librarian position.
I have a list here of things that you set out to accomplish. So it's like a checklist of how did it go. So this would be before you went to your library position.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Okay.
I will have the rights to the website and I will maintain it. So that's actually a summer priority, as I have to go through training for that so that I can start updating the website before we even come back in August. And then I have a grad class starting June 1st, which is children's literature.
So you said you needed to attain the rights to the school website.
Accomplished. As a matter of fact, I am the webmaster for our site. I had to take a 3-hour course over last summer because even when school is not in session, the website has to be maintained.
So are you maintaining it this summer?
Yes. And as a matter of fact, the district has decided to go with a new platform. So we are in the process of transitioning away from our current platform to a new one that will roll out next year. We're slated to roll out with our new website in October of 23. But as a new librarian in the district, you either have to have a master's in library science, which I do not. I have a master's in something else. And so if you already have a master's, they give you the option of doing a endorsement or a certificate, which is basically half a master's. It's still five grad classes. And I need to finish that. So I have been going to grad school for the last 2 years.
In addition to working full-time?
Yes.
Are you almost done?
I'm done July 29th.
Very good.
One of the requirements is you have to do 2 years of induction, like the new teachers to the district or to teaching have this very lovely mentorship for the first 2 years. DTLs also go through that, but in a different version, because I don't need mentorship. I need guidance for how to serve this new role in the building.
Talk about your induction process.
So the way the DTL currently works is that we have 2 years of induction. The expectation is that you have a monthly meeting with work woven in between that. What's tough about it is that you have induction, but most of us are also going to grad school. And often those two programs do not mesh well. So we'll have assignments for induction, assignments for grad school, and supposedly they coordinate, but I didn't find it to be that way. And then with induction, we are assigned a veteran librarian, and there are parameters the district sets for those mentors. So not everybody can be a mentor to incoming DTLs. Mine is lovely. And I think she's been super helpful. I will have her again this fall through the year. Good. But I'm going to use her differently because now that I've been in the position a year, I have more thoughtful questions, not just like management questions, right? Mm-hmm. I have some like lesson planning, collaboration questions, ins and outs of what I was thinking that I wanted to run by her. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like the monthly meetings because, and it's kind of rough that I say this, but when I would leave the meeting or while I was sitting in the meeting, my mind was, I have like other questions that I need answered, or this is not helping me do this new job. We've had a lot of turnover. As you know, in education, like back in the day, people didn't leave until the end of the school year.
I know, and now they'll
They'll
walk
just
out
leave.
anytime.
They just leave whenever,
Yes.
especially if they're leaving education,
Yes.
right? And now that I'm in this position, I work more with administration. I work more with people at the district level than ever before. And at the end of last year, before I took the position, the outgoing DTL gave me a list of names, and she's like, these are your go-to people. Of the 8, all of them are gone or moved to other positions or left the district. So the 8 she suggested to as my go-to have all left.
So who do you go to then?
Well, people get hired, but then they're learning while we're learning, and it's chaotic. And then at the end of this year, the head of library sciences for Jeffco retired. And the other position, like there was a secondary position, she left and went back to the library. So right now we have, I assume they've hired someone, but we are starting brand new again with heads for library science for Jeffco. And so then there's like 20 of us, around 20 of us going through induction, and all of us are like, so how do they keep track of our requirements? How are we
Right.
going to know that what we did last year satisfied first year?
Yeah, who's making those decisions?
Right. And there was like, we have to put together a portfolio for college and a portfolio for the district. Who's going to assess that? One thing about induction is they made us start this calendar that goes from like July to June, and you start, like they made us go back and put, what did you have to do? So I have a list of like, what do I need to do before the teachers come back? What do I need to do before the kids come back? What do I need to do within the first 2 weeks of school?
And so you look back at your calendar from last year
Yeah.
to figure that out.
And oh, hey, don't forget, it's August, but these 3 lessons come up in September, so start thinking about them, right? Because last year it was like, oh, you guys want to do this and tomorrow? Oh, okay, right? With a little bit more planning. Because like I'm going to be working not just with kids, but I'm going to be working with adult learners for the first time ever.
How do you feel about that?
Weird.
Why?
I think adult learners are harder to work with than with children.
So do you find that you enjoy working with the teachers more than students, or is it an equal balance?
Oh no, you don't go into education for teachers, do you? You go into education for the kiddos.
Right?
Don't get me wrong, I enjoy working with adults, but you don't become an elementary educator to work with adults.
Got it.
Right? Even if you end up, say, as an instructional coach or an administrator, you start your career out with children, right? And for people that move away from working with children, that's a really hard decision to make. So if someone were to say, hey, would you be interested in being an instructional coach or, say, an admin? Absolutely not, because you're as far removed from the original purpose of your job.
Yeah.
So I go back 3 business days before, and I work 3 business days after.
Okay.
Because I'll be honest, nothing gets done when the teachers come.
Seriously? Why? Too much socializing?
No, everyone has so many different needs, and they're an emergency. Time with my family is very important at this point. And I love education, but there's not a single position that at this point that's more important than being with my family. And I thought going to this new position would give me more time with my family, give me back my time, and I don't know if it's going to.
Do you feel like you had enough family time? Did this position take time away from your family?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, Sawyer would say that he felt like I was taken advantage of, and those are his strict words. Because I didn't work full-time. I worked
But you
full-time.
did.
Yeah, yes, he would say that. Some things, part of being a librarian requires more, as I said, leadership opportunities. So as a result, I was placed on multiple committees. Those committees require time before and after school.
Yes.
I may hate it and go back to the classroom. I may love it and extend my career for another 2 decades.
So what's your take on it after a year?
I need another year.
Oh, okay.
I do. And then I told my husband, actually my husband has been telling everybody that I'm probably not going back to the classroom.
Oh, so
He's like, she's
He's
going to
decided.
stay in this position. I don't know. I don't know. But if I went back to the classroom, it wouldn't be in elementary.
what level would you like?
I'd go back to middle school.
Really?
I miss moving between kids throughout the day.
Dana, thank you very much for the interview.
You're
Seriously.
welcome. I will see all of you in the summer of 2024.
Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out some of these other Teacher Talk videos. At Teacher Talk, we give teachers a voice. So join the conversation and help us keep teachers in the profession. Thanks for watching.